Tukusikabasio mancho murigari asoro botironde mujumbe wense mu bunge ya kiharu Mheshimiwa Ndindi Nyoro Osabire Abakenya Okwabera kubwatikana no kubora kwa ya sebunge itiko ryo ekura yo gwetia omuswada bw'echibesa bo mwaka oyiga yaenikiwa AKiga kaokwana kurwa se chabisi cha samaga cha KCC hotebire Abakenya bamwabere hasebo igasabe atebire na chie koraria hasaba Kenya asige kichi kisato chire bosio enchira ara chikoira igitambukiro kya gesiasa samotkare bosio enkwana yo nigo ya chire chinga kiribera rigendrateko kina kubwatikana no gotatoka kwaye na bwo gotaka kwaye hekura yo muswada yo yaenetigo ya muswada yo oenegetigwe gwetigwa ase ebunge enene.
I want to take this very first opportunity to apologize to Kenyans for the disappointment I caused them last week during the finance bill vote on Thursday of last week. It is not the way I do things. Nilikosea hapo. It was not abdicating the duty. I've been trying to do as much as possible when it comes to governance in this country, and also especially anything to do with public finances. So whatever happened, I apologize to Kenyans, and we have learned from it to do better and to be better representatives of the people. Now, what happened is that after the conclusion of the second reading on Wednesday, the mover was called upon to reply as it happens. And that is when we actually do the vote of this, after this, the debate of the second reading. And as it happened, the speaker actually then proposed and we voted by acclamation. Unfortunately, or fortunately, we were not tukutosheka watu ambao tulikuwa na maoni tofauti. And we saw it wise that we start up in what is called division. We were 27 of us in the House that day on Wednesday. And as you know, in terms of parliamentary rules, if you are not 30 and above, then you are not called for division. Division is what gives us an opportunity to vote singularly, a person per person, in terms of a single individual vote. So after we were then 27 and the debate was concluded, it was almost obvious where the direction was headed. But I also want to say that I apologize. We could have waited up to the end, even of the third reading, and therefore no amount of explanation, even the one I'm giving, should absolve me of the blame that I ought to have done better, and I wish that I'll be a better representative of the people of Kenya, and especially also through the lesson learned in this whole process. Because it is the kind of Kenya that we would want to have that then would dictate what kind of team do we need to do this job. So I want to plead with Kenyans so that I am not pushed in the situation of the moment as the storm has been ravaging on me. It is too weighty a decision to make, and especially when there is a storm. Not that I don't know what we need to do and who we need to work with, but in terms of the deliverables to the people of Kenya. And I would request so that I do not get into the same ditch I have been into, where I speak and I'm reminded that I was part of a certain team back then. I request Kenyans to give me 3 to 4 weeks to share my views, specific views, on that issue of political formations and the things that we need to do in terms of our Republic of Kenya going forward. I know that is underwhelming because everyone would want me to call the press and just say one thing or the other. But I am convinced, because I have experience of having been on the same path before, I am convinced with time that Kenyans that are giving us this patience will vindicate us and will be vindicated. That the kind of decision that we must make must be far-reaching in terms of what our country needs and where we need to go, and then we try to see who are these people who would come together to do that